What's going on, guys? It is Drew with Profit Monsters, and today I am coming to you guys with a video of what sold specifically on eBay for the first 2019 days here in August. And I really haven't been doing as many of these as I like because I don't have the equipment for it to show you guys the sales. So shout out to my friend It's Just Corey. Follow him on Facebook or Mixer if you like video games and live streaming events. He does all of that and he lets me use his equipment. I'm very thankful for it, so I can bring you guys these videos with these cool backgrounds. So thank you again, I appreciate it. So let's just jump right into it and show you what sold. This is going to be 30 items that I've sold, and it's going to be a huge variety, not just the most popular or the most profitable, because there's some that I want to talk about and explain why I'm showing it to you guys. So let's jump right in. All right, so the first one that I want to show you guys is this Harley Davidson shirt right here. It's actually a cutoff. Someone cut the shirt into a tank top. You can see the date right there is 2007. I sold this for $15 and the buyer paid shipping. And the reason I'm starting off with this and showing you guys this was just because Harley Davidson is a bread and butter piece. As most of you guys know, clothing has become my staple item for my eBay store, my Poshmark store, just because I'm obsessed with the bins. And I love going to the Goodwill outlets, and everything is so cheap that it's kind of hard to resist. And it's also, there's not garage sales every day of the week, so I do love going to the bins because of that. The bins have become really good for me for just bread and butter items and stuff like that. For clothing, just to keep sales consistent. I have about 1,200 active items on my eBay store right now, and I'm slowly cross-listing all of it over to Poshmark right now. I'm almost at about 600 listings on Poshmark, and my eBay store is not just clothing, so I'm doing pretty good there. But I sold this for 15 bucks, buyer paid shipping. My cost was probably about less than $1 based on weight at the Goodwill outlet, so good little sale. Next is this item right here, this Nike ACG Rico men's jacket. It's the reason I'm bringing this one into the video is because I sold it for a best offer of $85, and the buyer actually returned it. And I'm dealing with some feedback extortion right now from the buyer, who threatened to leave bad feedback if I didn't accept the return. And eBay actually won the case in his favor, so I'm still fighting it. But I just wanted to show you guys, like, first of all, this was a really good sale. And the guy who was buying it actually pressured me pretty heavily to accept his lowball offer, which I really wasn't comfortable with, but it was still a really profitable sale. I picked this up at the bins, and you know, for $85 plus shipping, I was willing to take it. And it kind of burned me a little bit, but I have the item. I can resell it. It's a little bit damaged. Some of the little zipper tabs where you see they're yellowed, they kind of cracked and broke, I guess. And he wasn't very happy with that. So but it's okay. I'll resell it, get my money back, and I'm still going to fight eBay for it. The next one is something that I didn't really think was going to sell, but I picked these up at the bins as well. You can see the Vibram, little logo there is kind of faded, but they're overall good shape. I think these are like 50 to 60 bucks new, and I sold them for $28.99. Buyer paid shipping, so I was totally happy with that. I have probably less than $2 into them. They're super lightweight, and it's just a great sale. The next item is a Rakuten Barcelona jersey, and actually the back says Andy M, which according to the guy who bought it isn't even a player for the team. I don't know. I got this from my GG Auctions lot of clothing that I bought when I first started reselling, and I sat on it for a while, as you can see right here. I listed this on April 17th, but I listed it super high and I was patient with it just because I knew that the Barcelona team had a really good following. But I accepted a best offer of $39.99 for it. I think I had it listed for $49.99. I ended up taking an offer because the guy basically said that Andy M was not a real player, and I didn't even know that. So I just accepted his offer, took his word for it. I still made really good money. I had $1 into this. This was a torque wrench that I sold, and I accepted a best offer of $55 on this one. This I had sitting around my house. I don't even remember how I got it, to be honest. And the pictures actually came out a little sideways there on the first one because of the angle. This was May 18th when I listed this. I was still new to reselling, and my pictures are really crappy. So I was just glad that it sold. And I sold this for, like I said, $55, and I had it at my house. I don't even remember where I got it. So that was pure profit for what it's worth to me. This Trivial Pursuit game was new in the box. You can see it's still packaged, and I got this. You can see even my shoe is in the picture. I was such a crappy photographer. but I picked this up from the church garage sale video. If you saw that on my YouTube channel, it's actually one of my least watched videos, which doesn't surprise me, but this was one of the leftovers from the church garage sale that we hosted, and everything was pretty much donated to me at the end to do whatever I wanted with, as long as I got it out of the church property. And so I listed this for $34.99 free shipping, and I took a best offer of $27.50. This was a espresso maker that we had at our house that my wife was not using because she got a new one, and I listed it for $39.99, and I sold it for $34.99. Buyer paid shipping, which was $17. You can even see again how crappy my photography skills were at the time when I listed this, May 30th. It took a couple months to sell because I listed it super high, but you can see I'm in the picture right there, which is just crazy to me. So I'm getting better. You'll see my listings get better as they go. Some of these I have just never updated because I've been constantly sourcing and putting new inventory out. So I figure that's more important than just changing pictures because I was in the reflection, but this was a good little sale. This was a really quick sale. I listed this on July 29th, and I sold it on, I basically sold it next day. I can't see the date, but it's a World Gym tank top. It's like one of those really big cutoff style, like for muscle shirts. I got this at the bins. It basically cost me like 50 cents, and I sold it for $19.99 full price in less than 24 hours. So just a good little shirt sale. I mean, when you can pay $1 for something and sell it for 20, I'll take those all day. This next one, there's going to be a couple of these that you'll see in this video from my Amazon pallet video that I most recently did an unboxing of. If you want to see that video, it's on my channel. And I purchased an Amazon pallet and have recently started selling some of the items in there. This was one of the more expensive items on the manifest, and I sold it within 24 hours for full price of $54.99 free shipping. So that cost me about $7 to ship because I did it priority mail. So I profited, you know, gross profit about after the shipping cost about $47. This was a really cool one that I wanted to present to you guys. As you can see, this is a Indy 500 windbreaker jacket, and this one was super dirty. It was way worse than the pictures, but I cleaned it and soaked it in OxyClean and got most of it out. But it was still really dirty, and I put in the description that it was dirty, and I even zoomed in on it, and you can see like someone really wore this thing. And I sold this really quick. I listed it for $35, and I accepted a best offer of $29.79. The buyer paid shipping. I picked this up at the bins, and people blasted me for it. Even on Instagram, I posted this one asking if I should pick it up, and everybody said no, it was too dirty. I decided to take it because it was so old. It was from 1989, and I know NASCAR has a huge following, so I picked it up and I sold it for 30 bucks. So I was really happy with that, and the buyer paid shipping. This was a really quick sale too that I sold from the bins, Ralph Lauren dress. And I don't know anything about women's clothing, guys. I've just recently started getting into it, but I know Ralph Lauren, Tommy Hilfiger, you know, some of those brands. I think there's some other brands like Free People and Rag and Bone and some of that stuff I'm learning from other Instagrammers and YouTubers. But I picked this up at the bins. It was super clean, and I just know that Ralph Lauren has a pretty good following as well, and I sold it for $33, buyer paid shipping. So really good sale. Again, probably about $1.39 into this one. Here's another one of my favorite things to sell right now. I still have tons of them from my auction lot. I purchased a box of these wacky packages for $2 at a public auction, and this one sold for $25.99 free shipping. Any of these that I sell for less than $20, I typically just ship out in an envelope with stamps. If it's over $20, I will pay for first class, so they have some tracking on that. So I paid for shipping. It cost me about $3.22, and still making tons of profit at this point. I've probably made over $1,000 on these since I started selling them. Next up is a pair of Nike Shox. I picked these up at a local Goodwill for I think $5.99, and you can see here that even the little tip of the rubber right there is peeling. But other than that, these shoes were in great shape, and I actually originally listed these as men's shoes, and a couple people messaged me on eBay telling me that they were women's. So I messed up, but I still managed to sell them. I took a best offer on these for $49.99, and the buyer paid shipping. This is from the public auction as well. This is from a lot. I paid $2.25 for each of these NASCARs, and I've slowly been selling them. This was kind of like if you watched Lot of Josh. Shout out, I love your videos, dude. He bought all this expired film in a bulk buy. I bought like 55 of these cars for $2.25 each for an auction, and I've just slowly been selling them based on popularity. This one sold for, I took a best offer of $12.99 for this one, and the buyer paid shipping. Why somebody offers $2 less, I don't know, but I'm not going to try to counter offer for something like that. This is a little Funko Pop I picked up at the bins. I paid 49 cents for it. It's a Jameis Winston Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I picked it up just because I knew that Funko Pops are popular, and when I got home I found out that it was only about a $5-6 pop in the condition. My box was damaged, and I described that in the condition. You can see like right here, there was a lot of damage on the box, but the pop was in really good shape on the inside. So I did $5.99 buyer, paid $2.99 shipping. So I mean, I really didn't make much money on this, but you know, that for one of the items that I picked without really looking up any comps, just because it was so cheap for 50 cents, I decided to take a chance on it. I can't complain that I still made a profit. This was an awesome sale. I don't know anything about golf really, but I picked up these Mizuno golf shoes, these leather golf shoes from the bins actually. And if you look at the floor in the background, this is not my normal floor that I take pictures in. This was actually at the Goodwill outlet. I literally took pictures as I found this item, and I posted them on eBay just as soon as I picked them up because I saw the comps were insane. I sold these for full list price of $54.99 when the buyer paid shipping. And even my pictures, like, again, they were not that great. You could see that there's a little bit of a scuff right there on them, but I fully disclose that. This is not centered. I'm not a professional photographer by any means, but if you have the right product, you can still sell stuff. And I was just excited to find these. So I posted them while I was at the bins waiting for the next drop. And sure enough, I sold them in less than a month, which for me is really good considering I paid about $3 for them to sell them for $55. This was another Goodwill outlet pickup. I just love clothing at this point. This was a shirt I listed for $39. It was a Key West fishing shirt, and this size was a 4XL. And a lot of people told me they don't sell clothing like this, and so that is a good thing for me because I love selling oversized clothing or plus size clothing, whatever you want to call it. This was super clean and is a great fishing shirt. Tiger Hill was the brand, and I looked it up and there really weren't that many comps, but I know that Key West is like a destination place, and it had a huge graphic on the back. I took good pictures of this one, and it had the big fish on the back, Tropical Paradise, and it was for a charter right there. So I took a best offer of $29.99 for this one. So I was really happy with that sale. Here's another great sale that I made. I had this listed for $89.99 and I ran a 15% off sale for a weekend on my eBay store. And so it was $76.49 and it sold for full price. This was from my Amazon pallet. It's a swing and stroke solution kit. It like helps you, it analyzes your stroke for golf. Again, I don't know anything about these, but it was in my Amazon pallet. I looked it up, and sure enough, they're selling for like $100. So since mine was open box, and this little piece right here, the rubber piece, looked like the wrong piece for what the new ones looked like. So I don't know if this was an older model or what, but I described that in the listing, and the guy bought it, was super happy with it. Sold for full price of $76.49 with the 15% off, and I paid for the shipping. So I made about $70 on this one. Here's another Amazon pallet sale. Now this one is interesting because I actually sold this item 4 times before I finally got a buyer to pay for it. And this is a Vector robot by Anki or Anki. I turned it on and this thing was just kind of creepy to me. It kind of like is Wall-E. I don't know. It turns on and you talk to it, you say, "Hey Vector," and it's like Alexa or something. It looks at you, it responds to you, the eyes change colors when it recognizes you're talking. And I don't really know much about it. I didn't read the whole pamphlet, but I saw that they were selling for a lot. And I listed it for $149, free shipping. And like I said, I sold it like 4 times. And the 4th time, I finally got a buyer to pay for it. And buyer left me good feedback, so I'm really happy with that sale. Another great Amazon pallet sale right there. This item alone almost paid for the whole Amazon pallet, which you will actually see in the next item. This is really funny, guys. I sold this pocket radar for a baseball, fast pitch baseball training coach. I took pictures on my phone, but I didn't even add the pictures to my eBay listing. I literally forgot somehow, and it just put the stock photo of the item for something that's brand new. eBay will do that. It'll put the stock photo of the item. I sold this for full asking price of $265.99, free shipping. And I just couldn't even believe it because when I made the sale, I didn't even have my pictures on there. So the buyer who bought it had great feedback and they didn't even ask me for pictures, which just blows my mind. And it's just a simple mistake I made, but I sold it for $265.99. So just in those last three items, you're talking $266, $150, and $76. That's like over almost $500 in sales from those three items, and I paid about $180 for the Amazon pallet. So the profits are there. You do have to pick through stuff. There's a lot of duds and bad stuff. Go watch that video and you'll see for yourself. But I have sold a couple other things locally on Facebook Marketplace, like plushes and things. But it was just a great investment. I'm really happy with the results of the pallet. This was a cool sale. I was happy to let this one go. I listed this for $39.99. I had the 15% off sale for the weekend, which brought some extra buyers to me. I had this listed for a while, as you can see, April 14th. I really didn't get many offers on it, but I slowly just kept lowering my price. I think I started at like 60 bucks. It's brand new in the package, the Starship Enterprise piece. I got this at the public auction in my auction video for $2. And I ended up taking a best offer of 30 bucks for this and free shipping. I wasn't exactly thrilled with the sale, but I was happy to make the sale because I had been sitting on it for a while. So it's good sometimes just to move inventory and take an offer. I had free shipping on this. So again, I made about $22 minus my costs. I made about 20 bucks. This was a really cool sale. I picked this up at the bins. And if you follow me on Instagram, I did a post about this. It was super dirty and dusty and nasty. I cleaned it off. I used some leather polish. So this cost me 99 cents at the bins, and it was a vintage Wilson leather duffel bag for gym or for tennis. And it was in great shape overall. There was no damage to it. And I ended up listing this again, or I had this in my 15% off sale. I pretty much ran my whole eBay store for 15% off for a weekend and had this as a great sale for $59.49 for full price with free shipping. And this cost me about $7 to ship. So I profited about 50 bucks on this one before eBay's fees. So about $45 after eBay's fees. Really good sale. This was another bins pickup. I just love picking up stuff from the bins, man. It has just become a really good way to generate revenue and make money. These boots are military combat boots. I picked these up for $2, $3 at the bins based on weight. And I ran, again, my 15% off sale. At $65.99, someone paid full price, $56 plus shipping for this. And you can see they were even a little damaged and scuffed. So guys, don't be afraid to take stuff that might be a little bit, beat up or rough. Military combat boots are in high demand. People even getting out of the military like having them because they were so used to wearing them. This was just a great sale. I'm super thrilled with this one. Picked it at the bins. Here's another wacky package. I had this one at $50, and with a 15% off sale, it was $42.49, and I took a best offer of 40 bucks free shipping. This is a guy who's bought, or a girl, I don't know, someone who's bought a couple cards from me in the past, so I was happy to accept their offer. And again, I'm just making so much money on these cards that for $40 for a sticker, I'm not going to say no. This was a really cool sale. I've had this for a while. I picked this up at a local Goodwill, and I believe I paid $5 for this. It's a Florida Gators baseball tee. Just a really nice one. I had a couple of lowball offers on it, and I was just willing to be patient. And I listed for $49.99. This 15% off sale in the beginning of August really helped me get some good sales going. And I sold it for $42.49. Buyer paid shipping. This was a pair of Teva men's sandals. I had these for $44.99. They were basically brand new. I got these at a garage sale for $2, and they were size 13. So they were pretty big. Again, 15% off sale, just did really good for me. $38 was the list price, and I accepted a best offer of $32. Trying to move inventory, guys, and sometimes when things are slow, you got to be creative, which is why I decided to run the 15% off sale, and it paid off for me. It brought a lot of attention to my store and brought me some really good sales. If it was only like $5, $6, $7 sales, I wouldn't have really been thrilled with it, and I wouldn't have run the sale. And this isn't even everything I sold. This is just some of the better items or items that I wanted to share with you guys. Really happy with this sale, $32 for a pair of sandals. This was a Hanukkah menorah that I've been sitting on for a little bit. I picked this up at a garage sale for $1 or $2. I can't remember. I bought a bunch of Hanukkah stuff from this lady that was moving out. I listed it for $32.99, and I sold it I accepted a best offer of $25 actually. With free shipping, it cost me about $7 to ship. So I only made about $15 on this deal, but since I was sitting on it for a while, I was really happy to move the inventory. This was a really cool sale, sold for full list price of $109.99. This is a Buddy Genuine Scooter Company Blackout Kit. This is brand new in the box. I actually had this for my wife for her scooter. We used to ride scooters. I used to own a scooter and motorcycle shop, and we bought this for her scooter, and we never got around to installing it because she's pregnant, and so she didn't ride the scooter, and we ended up selling the scooter. So we ended up putting this on eBay, and I was really willing to be patient with this because I knew that a buyer would come along that really needed it. And you can see right here that I've had it listed since April 6th. Just one of those items that I knew the price would sell over time, and I was willing to wait. $106.99. Really good sale with buyer paying shipping. Last couple items here. This is a funny story to this one, but I had my 15% off sale, and I sold this North Face jacket for 25 bucks. Buyer paid shipping. And I spent all day running around. Well, not all day. I spent about an hour and a half this morning, actually, to find this item because I was on a conference call with a client of mine for my other business. I have a real estate license, and I was in my storage unit looking for this, and I overlooked it like 3 times in the bin that it was labeled in, and I was freaking out. I went home, couldn't find it in my bins at home, went back to the storage unit, couldn't find it. Then I just decided to bring some of my extra items, my clothing bins, home, and I opened it up, and sure enough, it's sitting right on top. I couldn't believe it. I had spent so much time looking for it. I looked right over it multiple times. Really happy with this sale. I've had this one for a while. I paid $1 for it. I got this from the GG auction lot of clothing that I purchased from the airport security lost and found, and so $25 into $1 on something I had sat on for a while. Even though it's the North Face, it's kind of like half fleece, half windbreaker, so it wasn't exactly the most popular model, and it's really hard to get good pictures. As you can see, like, these were my older pictures, and I updated the pictures a little bit but left the old ones with the flash so you could see the difference between the fleece and the windbreaker. It's just a really hard one to sell, and this was like some of the first stuff I had listed on eBay. You can see how crappy the pictures are. I'm almost embarrassed to even show this one, but you live and you learn, and the reason I'm showing it is because I got a lot of experience, and maybe that's why it took so long to sell. Just my pictures weren't that great, but I was happy to sell that. Lastly, this was one of my more recent sales too, is these Nike, the Overplay. I picked these up at a local Goodwill for I think $8, $8.99, something like that. And they were showing comps at about $40. So I listed mine for $45.99, and then I lowered it to $39.99, and I accepted an offer yesterday. As I'm making this video, it's the 19th. I accepted an offer yesterday on the 18th for $33.99 on my 15% off sale. I was really happy with this because these had been sitting in my inventory for a while. Again, May 7th. So stuff that's been sitting for that long, I'm not even going to try to counter offer. I just want to move it. $30 to get back into my account to keep buying more inventory, and I was really happy with. And anytime I can make a shoe sale, I'm really happy too, because shoes haven't been moving as fast as I'd like them to between eBay and Poshmark, so I'm really happy to be making shoe sales. I had about 4 other shoe sales this weekend, so that was really cool. And one last thing I want to show you guys, if I can pull it up, is just a little bit on my eBay account here. Right now I'm sitting at about, it'll show my sales on this page. I don't think it will, but I'm sitting on about 187 total positive feedbacks, 3 neutral feedbacks, and 0 negative feedback. I'm working really hard to make sure that I describe everything really carefully so that my buyers are happy with their product. eBay is very specific with this top rated seller. It helps boost your sales and stuff like that. So again, I was really happy with this, the results so far, because I have not been reselling for that long on eBay. So to be able to have this is just really good for me, especially with running my 15% off sale. People see that I'm a top rated buyer at this point. So that's something to just keep in mind, to be very descriptive with your items, to work really hard, post good pictures. I take my time with my pictures now, and now I'm slowly going back and editing my crappier pictures or stuff that's been sitting for a while, and also cross-posting it to other platforms like Poshmark. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you out. Thank you so much to all my new subscribers. I'm almost at 1,000, and I'm so thankful for every one of you guys that have been supporting my channel. It really means a lot to me that you guys are interested in what I have to say, my input, my experience, what I'm learning, and hopefully it's helping you as well. If you don't already follow me on Instagram, I post daily on there, my finds, things that sold, funny stories and situations that I'm dealing with on different platforms. And you can find me at Drew_thrifts and flips on Instagram. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out or leave a comment below. I will answer them as best as I can. Thanks guys, I'll see you in the next video. Peace money!